Hi, it's Poku Banks, baby. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps me a lot. Thank you very much. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about what I would do if I had an extra £1,000 to spare, or how would I, Poku Banks, invest £1,000. Now, I feel like this video will apply to a lot of my audience because, quite a lot of you guys may have, spare cash in your bank account, but you don't know what to do with it. The bank may be paying you, 1% interest, and that's clearly not enough. So I'm gonna tell you what I would do with £1,000, how I'd invest it, and where you can put your money to make better use of it. Now, if you're watching this and you only have £100 to spare or £200 to spare, please click in the top left or top right, I'm not sure. I have a video called How to Invest £100. So please do go check out that video before commenting, what if I have £100. So please check that out. So now in this video, I'm going to assume that you have an extra £1,000 to invest, an extra £1,000 to spare. This is not the last £1,000 of your bank account. Like, this is not the last bit of your money. You have like maybe £4,000 and you have an extra £1,000 of that to invest. That's what I'm assuming. If you only have £1,000, I would not invest the whole £1,000. Like, that's just irresponsible. You should save some of your money, have an emergency fund. Now, to begin with, let me ask you this question. What is your goal of investing? Are you looking for active income or passive income? Active income is something you're doing consistently. This is something you're repeatedly doing, like posting a video or whatever. So this is simply cash flow. You're getting cash flow from a business. You're getting profits every single month from a business. Whereas passive income is where you put your money into something and then you sit and wait for it to bring you the revenue, bring you the profits, bring you the interest, bring you the dividends. Building passive income is where you're building your long-term wealth. Whereas a cash flow is where you're starting a business to generate profits from. Again, that's the first question you need to ask yourself. Do you want to be hands-on? Or do you like work 9 to 5, you don't have time for that, so you want to build some long-term wealth? Or do you go to uni and you have some spare time at uni, so you want to start another business on the side? I need you guys to answer yourself that question. What do you want? Active income or passive income? Okay, so if you don't know what you want, watch the whole video, simple words. But if you do know what you want, skip to the certain tasks which we posted above. Now, starting with active income, this is cash flow. This is where you're generating cash flow to generate more money for your business. You're deriving profits from your business every single month. Now, to begin with, there's two ways you can do this. You can either start a business where you sell a product or service, or you can learn a skill and start freelancing. I feel like these are the only two that you can do with your £1,000. Now let me begin. Now, in order to put your £1,000 into good use and not potentially waste it, it would not be wise for you to jump into something head first without either getting a course on it, learning about it, or not having a mentor you can come to for any advice. To begin with, I would recommend that you put aside between £100 to £200 away for education. This could be either for, consultation, so speaking to someone that's already involved in whatever business you're in for like a 2-hour phone call so he can explain to you how to get through it. Or it could be for a course, so you're paying for a course to learn more about sneaker reselling, for example, selfelevation.co.uk if you want. Or for example, it could even be for mentorship. You can pay for a mentor who's already been through the game, who will teach you and take you through the mistakes that they went through. Therefore, they're saving you a lot of money by not going through those mistakes. Now, for example, with sneaker reselling, for example, it makes sense for you to be part of like a community or a group. This community or group is people that you can talk to on a daily basis strictly about sneaker reselling. These people you can make connections with, you can sell and trade with, they can give you advice. But then this also means you will have to pay for this group or community to be a part of. It may be £15 a month, £30 a month, but this £30 you pay per month is to get access to connections and to sneaker drops and whatnot. For example, these cook groups, they normally have a bot which tells you when certain things are released. Like, I've been in a few before. Literally, when the new PS5 is being released, it'll tell you a link, it'll tell you where it is, and you can get it straight away before anyone else that doesn't have a cook group or whatnot. And also another example is, I'm trading Forex right now, and the way I learned Forex is through this group. And if it wasn't for this group, I paid around £500 to get into it. But this group is giving me access to other traders within this group that are good. I can learn from them, I can network with them, we share ideas. On a daily basis of the markets, they share where they believe the market is going. So this also helps me in my trading as well. And now if it wasn't for that group, I'll be very, very clueless. But again, I paid to get access to that group. I now have a network of traders that I can speak to or rely on or get ideas from whenever I want. I'm not saying you have to pay £500 to be a part of anything, but what I am saying is that it is very, very good to be a part of a community. A place where everyone's doing the exact same thing as you. And that's the topic of the group chat. I personally see no reason why you should attempt to be a lone wolf. I don't see why you should try to do everything by yourself. In this game of making money online, it's always good to have a network. So I feel like it's the best step for you to do with your £1,000. Get a part of a community. Join a group. So cool, let's imagine we spent, £200 on education. We now have £800 left. Now for the next step of investing is now to make our business look more professional, get equipment, make it function. So if you're a graphic designer, you need to purchase the apps that you need to produce your content. And then if you're starting a business, you may want to get your logo done, your domain, just, the basics. Now this may seem like common sense, but believe it or not, a lot of you guys try to cut corners. Trust me, you think I don't see this? Like, some of you guys may be like, oh, you know what, I'll try to make the logo myself. Or you may ask your friend, oh, can you make a logo for me? But bro, you gotta pay for professional services. Or for example, your domain. For me, I have an email. My email is me@pokubanks.co.uk. I own my own domain. Where some people are still using something at gmail.com. That just looks so basic. It looks so unprofessional. It looks amateurish. You guys gotta stop cutting corners. What I'm trying to tell you is that scared money makes no money. Now all of this stuff will set you back another £100, so now we're left with £700. Now for the next step with the £700, it can go two ways, depending on what business you decide to go with. So if your business needs traction, and the only way your business can operate is if more people see your business, then marketing will definitely be your next move with your £700. Now I'll first use £50 as a test to advertise the business. With this, I'll try to find the right theme page to advertise on, or the right ad campaign to advertise for ourselves. Now cool, let's just imagine that your first advert doesn't go too well, like you didn't get what you really wanted, but the second one does go well. So you spent now £100 on advertising. You now know what works, you now know which influencer to contact, or you now know which ad campaign to do, or what ad setting to do on Facebook ads. So now that you know this is what you use from now on, and you'll probably spend another £300 with weeks or months to come. Now the second way you can use the £700 is simply that if your business is like buying and reselling where you need inventory to keep operating, then acquiring products would be your next move. So instead of advertising, marketing with the £700, you probably use £400 of the £700 to acquire inventory. So for example, buy new shoes to resell for a higher profit, or deposit £250 into your trading account. Or if you start a podcast, you use that money to pay for your first guest to jump onto the podcast. Or if you start a clothing line, then you can use that money to buy your first set of clothes for your first season. With £300 remaining, there's two ways you can use this money. Either number one, you can simply save this for future problems or for future expenses that may come unexpectedly. Or if not, you can use this £300 to then adjust to other categories. So for example, maybe marketing may cost you £500 instead of £400. Or something business like getting a domain, getting a logo done, getting a website done, getting an email done, all of that may cost you £300 instead of £100 to £200. But I will say though, I would have at least £100 in your reserves just in case anything comes up. Something unexpectedly can come up and you have to pay for it for your business. Now guys, let's move on to passive income, long-term wealth. Now I understand that some of you guys, you may go to university, you do a hard degree, or you work 9 to 5, you don't have spare time. When you get home, you just want to sleep. Or you just have a lot of responsibilities to take care of outside of making money online. So you don't have enough time to do any active income. You don't have enough time to start a business. You don't have enough time to manage and oversee employees and whatnot. So therefore, you have some spare cash in your bank account and you're thinking, you know what, Poku, I want to invest this. I want to use it wisely. Here's where I come into play. I'm going to tell you what I would do with £1,000 if I was looking to build some passive income. Again, guys, I'm a very, very big fan of education. Like, I personally believe anything that you go into, whether it's active income or passive income, you should know it prior to doing it. Do you get what I mean? So in this sense, you should look into what you're going to invest into. You can't invest into something blind. Like Warren Buffett says, only invest in what you know. Like, don't invest just because someone else is telling you to. Research, look into it. Invest your time into education. In this sense, instead of investing money into education, you'll probably be investing more time into education because there's a lot of resources online for free where you can learn how to invest into stocks or you can learn how to invest into Bitcoin or whatever. But if you do spend money on your education when learning how to invest, you could say you probably spend no more than £100. Buy a few books, buy a few courses here and there. No more than £100 when it comes to learning about investing because there's a lot you can learn online for free. So most of it, you'll be investing your time into looking online and finding ways of people investing. But if you are looking for books for learning how to invest, read The Intelligent Investor. This is recommended by Warren Buffett and he even claims this book is what made him the net worth that he has today. So again, check that out. And by the way, you don't have to spend no money to get that book, so you can keep your £1,000. You can get that book for free if you click the link down below. The link below is for Amazon Audible. This is where you can listen to audiobooks. Now when you click the link below, go through the free trial, pick your book and then cancel it. Therefore, you get it for free and you don't have to pay anything. Now guys, this isn't a get rich quick scheme. So for example, with your £1,000, it's very possible for you to grow to £2,000, but this all comes with risk. It all depends on how much risk you want to take. And this is a question that you need to ask yourself. Questions that you now need to ask yourself is your risk tolerance and time frame. The question is, are you looking to turn £1,000 into £10,000 in a few months, a few years, or a few decades? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Now, for the people that have a low risk tolerance, so this £1,000, you're not looking to lose it, so you want to grow your money slowly but surely, steadily over the decades, then I'll look into S&P 500 and the FTSE All World Index. What I'm investing into is essentially the global stock market and the American stock market. And look, I personally believe that the global stock market will keep rising as time goes on, as new technologies are being formed, as new companies arise, and the American stock market. Everything that you use on a daily basis is all based on the American stock market. Google, YouTube, Netflix, Facebook, Amazon, Apple. Look, I believe in the American stock market. I use their products on a daily. It's the reason why I'm producing this content for you guys, YouTube. So again, I believe in both of those, the global stock market and the American stock market. That's essentially what you're investing into when you invest into the S&P 500, which includes the top largest 500 companies in America and the global stock market, so the FTSE All World Index. Now, let's say I spend £100 on education just in case. I'll probably put around £900, 75% in the S&P 500 and 25% in the FTSE All World Index. Now, let's look at the annual total returns for the S&P 500 and the All World FTSE Index. For the S&P 500, in 2013 we had 31.87% gain. In 2014 we had a 13.25% gain. In 2015 we only had a 1% gain. In 2016 we had 11.51% gain. In 2017 we had a 21.37% gain. In 2018 we had a minus 4.76% gain. In 2019, we had a 31.01% gain. This is for the S&P 500. Now, for the All World FTSE Index, in 2013, we had a 22.82% gain. In 2014, we had a 4.28% gain. In 2015, the minus 2.23% gain. In 2016, we had a 7.98% gain. In 2017, we had a 23.98% gain. In 2018, we had a minus 9.62% gain. In 2019, with a 26.57% gain. Now, I can't lie, I feel like those returns are pretty good for something you're getting passively. And as it compounds over the years, it becomes a very, very large number. Now, guys, if you are interested in this way of investing, I have a video on this called How to Get Wealthy. Click it, it'll be here or here, I don't know where, but click it. That video goes into more depth. It's like a 10-minute video explaining it all. And if you also want to learn how to invest into these, again, I have another video about how to invest with trading 2-on-2. So check it out. Now, if I had a medium risk tolerance and I don't mind being a liberal drawdown, so that means negative money, negative investment, then I wouldn't mind investing into ETFs, specific ETFs for specific industries. So for example, the video gaming and esports ETF, or the S&P Global Clean Energy ETF, or even the Nasdaq Emerging Cloud ETF, and many more. These ETFs, which stand for Exchange Traded Funds, they contain many companies from certain industries all bundled into one. So if you believe in one simple industry, then you can invest into it. So for example, the S&P Global Clean Energy ETF. This ETF contains many companies within the clean energy sector. So if you believe in clean energy and you believe that is the future, then invest into it. Because not only will it give you the returns, but it also contains all of the companies within it. So you now invest into a broad industry, not just one stock that will fail on its own. The S&P Global Clean Energy has had a 103.66% return this year. The Nasdaq Emerging Cloud has had a 99.48% return this year alone. And the Global Video Gaming and Esports ETF has had a 76.38% return this year alone. But again, if you're not interested in ETFs and you rather put your money into stocks that you believe in, individual stocks, then yeah, go ahead. It's a little bit more risk, but it's up to you. But at the end of the day, guys, remember, when you're investing in stocks, are you trading or investing? Okay, so you can build long-term wealth with investing in stocks. You buy something, you hold it for long. But some of you guys may be investing for a short-term profit. So that means you guys have to be up to date with the fundamentals of the stock. So you need to be updated with the tweets, be updated with the news. If one bad tweet comes out, it can plummet the stock. So again, you have to be very active, and that's active income, essentially. You're on your feet. That's like trading, essentially. Whereas with investing, you're investing for long term, you put your money in and you forget about it. You don't take your money out. Now, if you have a high risk tolerance, then I would then look into cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency investing can bring you so much money. I don't think you guys understand this. Now, I do have a video explaining this in great detail, so I won't go into too much now, but I will explain the returns you can get with £1,000. Cryptocurrency investing has actually brought the biggest returns for any asset or even any stock this past decade, trust me. But if you are to go down this route, I would recommend you invest into a cold wallet. This is where you can store your crypto offline and not online. This means you're less likely to get hacked, less likely to get stolen, and you keep your crypto safe. If If you want a cold wallet, it's called the Nano Ledger S. It'll be linked down below. This cold wallet will set you back £60 and then you can invest the remainder. Now, let me give you the best performing crypto assets in 2017. This year was a crazy year for crypto. Now, when looking at the game, we have at number 14, the one we all know, Bitcoin, with a 1,318% gain in 2017. Now, 1,318% gain on Bitcoin, that'll turn your £1,000 investment into £14,180. Now, as you see, as we go up on the 2017 gain list, Ripple was the highest, which is a 36,018% gain in 1 year in 2017. So if you bought at the beginning and sold at the end. Now, if you invested £1,000, that £1,000 would be £361,180. £1,000 to 300k? That is crazy. If you can tell me what other investment is doing that right now in this decade, let me know, because I don't think anything else is doing that right now. But, you know, it's not as easy as that. Now let me show you 2018 of the same crypto assets. Ripple had the 85% decrease in value, and Bitcoin also had the 72% decrease in value. So again, make sure you do your research and learn what you're investing into. After seeing that, you can now kind of understand what can happen to investments. So not only can your investment go up, but it can also go down. So please bear that in mind. But assume that things go to plan, and in investing, not everything goes to plan. And as you can see, those 2018 losses, Binance Coin has the best year and had a decrease of 32%. A decrease of 32% was the best year out of those assets. That's just crazy. So guys, what comes with risky assets and high returns is also despair. Now you may be thinking, you know what, Poku, you've told us both ways of making money. You know, long-term wealth, so passive income, or you want to build a business, active income. What would you do, Poku? In my opinion, with £1,000, I would start a business. I can't lie. I feel like with a business, you could turn £1,000 into £10,000 a lot quicker, with less risk. I personally believe that you should focus on your business, focus on your grind, focus on your hustle, and build it to a stage where you're generating profits, where you can then use it to invest elsewhere. Do you get what I mean? And guys, big disclaimer, this is not financial advice, you know the drill. You know, this is only for educational purposes only. You know, make sure you do your own research before taking any investments whatsoever. You can lose more than what you started with. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, man. Let me know if you have any more questions. Maybe the next video will be, you know, how to invest £10,000. We'll see. Let's get it. You already know, man. It's Poku Banks, baby.